Silver Sands heading back towards Fort Walton on the right hand side. Path of Grace thrift store. It is huge. It looks like an old beach shop building. Rail traffic. Tourists. Look, they got a golf cart over here for 5K. They got bicycles, and they're all pretty nice. This is a really neat store, and it's reasonable. Today is a half off day for like 90% of everything in there. Anything that's got a date of last month and longer on the price tag is half off, except for a few items, which they have these boots. I'm going to post them in a minute. They had some really neat mall boots that are just fabric, and they got the furry bottom on them, so they're slippery, so they're not safe to wear. You have to do something with the sole to make them safe. But they're just cheapy little boots that been worn maybe one or two times. But they had that thing on there that said they were $90. And next door, they've got some secondhand store over there. I see people walking through the dirt over there to pick it up. But anyway, you always have planes. It's military here. So anyway, they knock some of this noise out while the plane goes over. Anyway, they had these boots that were like studded and had plastic little reflective rhinestones on them that were real pretty. I'm gonna post them here in a minute. They were worn just a couple times. You could tell they were worn, and that said on there. These were 90, and they had them at 50. And I told her, I said, these are on the half off sale because as soon as I walked in the door, the lady said everything's like half off. And so I said, oh, and I grabbed those boots up. They were right at the front door. And what was funny is they actually fit me. I was going to resell them, or they'd be a nice thing to go in my office, but for decoration. But they were really nice looking boots. They actually fit me. And they were made by Miller. It had some girl's name in Miller on there. Um, and but they were just like velvet boots. They were nothing that would last or anything. But they were really neat looking, knee-high black boots. But again, they were just fabric. So they're like a like what you would see out at Grapevine Mills Mall in Texas. Just a cheapy boot that usually goes for about 30 or $40 new. And then when they have their Black Friday sales or whatever, you get two or three pairs for about that price. Because my daughter and I bought a bunch of stuff at Grapevine before we left, and we found a bunch of real fun little boots that would keep us warm in the winter. That were like thigh high boots that were really cute looking, flat boots and stuff in different colors, and got those. And then she wanted this one pair of like 70s style go go boots, and they were thigh high in gray. They were really cute on her, and she could walk in them good. She doesn't do too good in heels. She has a foot problem, but that we've never been able to have addressed. But anyway, so the lady said, well, they'll give them to you, like at 40. And I'm like, so I looked them up on the internet, and they're like 20 and 25 on eBay right now for sale. And the ones that were sold were like 15 and 20 for used and new. They're just a cheap mall boot. And I really love the way they look, but I just don't want to waste that kind of money. Right now, even though, I had a good payroll and everything. I just, I'm out here looking for items to resell at $20 plus profit. I'm going to get out of all that small stuff because it just sits around too long and you have to pay to list it, and it just doesn't make any money. But even if I sold those, I could get a little bit of money out of them, if they're reasonable. But at that price, there's no way, never make it on a resale. I would end up having to keep them, but again, I'd have to fix the soles to make them wearable. Because you look at those cheap mall boots, they're plastic bottoms, they're fabric tops, and they have this furry stuff on the sole, which makes them really slippery, like, in mall floors and stuff like that. I don't know why they put that on there because it does not, provide a safe sole to walk on, and especially when it's a high heel. That is really dangerous. So, but I really liked them, and they did show wear on them. They did not look brand new. You can say $90 all day long. That's just like saying, well, this Gucci purse, was $3,000 new. But if it's used, it's not $3,000. Um, it's not the point. It's like a brand new Mercedes. It's 100K. In 2 years, it goes down to less than half. And you don't turn around and say, well, it's 90 or 100K, because it's not new. So that was the unfortunate thing. But otherwise, their prices are fantastically good. They have men's stuff, kids stuff, toys. They've got antique furniture, like really old furniture that needs refinishing and stuff. That's really cheap. Uh, Shoes, all kinds of shoes, high end shoes. They even had Cole Haan shoes, which those are very expensive, very popular shoes. They had some very nice men's ones, but I'm so done with used shoes. I really don't like to sell them, even if I clean them up, make them like brand new. It's just not enough money, and they sit for too long on the internet. So, and I just can't pay storages for a bunch of stuff that's not moving. I want stuff that moves fast and $20 profit and up each. So I'm really restricting the money from my other business because I got tons of stuff needs to be listed right now. But anyway, nice store, especially if you're a tourist in town and you don't want to pay these high dollar prices at these stores like the Silver Sands Outlet Mall and all that. I mean, they've got leather shoes in here, $4. I did buy like 3 or 4 items, dirt cheap. I got like 2 pair of leather shoes that were like $4 a pair or something like that. I'll show you guys later. Um, but they did have some really good deals in there. Boots, all kinds of things, tennis shoes, those bicycles over there. I bet they're dirt cheap, and especially if they're on the half off sale. They're very nice looking bicycles uh, for a secondhand store. Um, and then there's a bike carrier right there. There's a bike carrier. You see it? There's a little bike carrier right there. I just noticed that. I bet that's sucker cheap. Looks like a couple tents out there. I don't know. But they've got a bunch of patio furniture on the other side outside. All those wrought iron sets like you would get at Big Lots and stuff. Those look super cheap. Um, but really worth going to if you're in town. You don't want to spend a bunch of money. You brought the wrong clothes for the weather because it's hot as fire this week. And it's Memorial Weekend. This would be the place for you to go because it's ultimately reasonable. I just saw a little kid got his little scooter that was super cute. Um, he was riding around the store. It was so funny. Little tiny dude. And he was probably 4 or 5 years old. But I got a little scooter out of here that was super neat. And definitely worth it. They have art, all kinds of pictures and stuff, and decorative items. They had lots of plate sets, like dinner plate sets and stuff. Didn't see any Corningware. That's a big seller right now. The old Corningware stuff. Saw a ton of Wexford crystal. Oh my gosh. I have to go through an inventory of what I've managed to recoup that I have purchased in the past 4 or 5 years since our storages were ripped off. And see what I've got, and so I don't buy too many more duplicates of stuff because I had the whole collection that I collected since I was like 12 years old from Save On Drugstore. That's where you bought them. But anyway, this place is well worth the trip if you're in town or you're local. Very nicely priced. The sale was incredible. Um, like I say, I got a couple pair of shoes that were leather, like $4. They had like one of them was an $8 price tag, and it was a high end leather shoe, women's dress shoe, uh, um, and a casual shoe, and I ended up getting it for the half off sale because it was dated on the tag for April, so I got it for $4. Yeah. So this definitely beats the other local stores in the area. The only other option is to go out to Cross Point Church to their bargain box out in Niceville, Valparaiso area, where everything's just about $1 and the shoes are like $2. Um, they have really nice stuff out there. But I'm very surprised for being East Destin. I thought, well, I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna get fooled, and no, this is a really really good deal over here. And everybody's very nice. They have lots of workers, and they're all very nice to you. I hate I didn't get those boots, but I'm not spending that kind of money um, right now. You know, I should have gone 25 or 30. I'd have bought them just because. Otherwise, it's just, I can't waste money like that. Um, even on a used item like that, because they're just cheapo fabric boots. What I call funeral clothes. You know, when somebody dies, they like to, put backless suits and dresses on them because it's easier to dress them in a coffin, and cardboard shoes and stuff like that because they're dead. So there's no body heat. They're not walking on them or any of that kind of stuff. So they're just like paper doll clothes. And that's what those cheapy and low end shoes and clothes, remind me of is funeral clothes. They're just not expensive made and they're not going to last. But I really liked them, but I'll post a picture of them so you guys can see them. And other than that, I'm going to jump over to this other little store and see if that's worth anything. Um, I don't know if it's related to this store or not. There is a Goodwill donation spot. I don't know if it's a retailer store because some of them are only for donation. I've always wanted to go to the one in Alabama, which is like the hub. In Lower Alabama, they've got one that's like the hub of all Goodwills, and that's supposed to be a really cool deal to go to. But I've never had the opportunity or the time to go to them, even though I've worked in that state for many, many years. I've never been able to do that. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. If you get a chance and you're in town, definitely check out Path of Grace Thrift Store on 98 between Destin Walmart and Silver Sands Outlet Mall. It's a huge building. Can't miss it. Lots of parking, and they're very nice here. Prices are absolutely fabulous. Got to check it out. Especially if you're a reseller, there's lots of neat things in there that you can easily resell because the prices are very reasonable. And the store doesn't smell. A lot of these retail stores in Destin, they burn candles and incense and all that. I can't stand all that stuff, and I sure don't want that on my clothes. You have to like wash it before you can even wear it because it's stinky. Um, so yeah, it was nice. Didn't have a musty smell to it, and it didn't have all this stuff they're burning to smell up the air and the clothes. But anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you have a great one. Love to you. Do something for kind for strangers. See you in the next one. Whoop.